good, guys? Welcome back to the Labu Show. It's your girl Clarice Labu. Hope you all are doing great. And for all my new subscribers, thank you so much. And if you're stopping here for the very first time, once again, thank you. And I'm very glad to have you here. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, share, and do all the good stuff that you're supposed to do. Okay. For those of you who were here last week, I want to say a big thank you to you all so much because your feedback, your engagement on the video just really give me lots and lots of energy and inspiration to do more. So thank you all so much. I love the positive vibe that you all sent my way in the comment section. For those of you who have my number, who actually called and just send me messages to encourage me to do more. So I'm very, very grateful. Gracias. Thank you guys so much. All right, so today's topic, as you can see on the thumbnail, is something that I think, or I believe that it's really one of societal ways of labeling people. And if care is not taken, you might really feel like you're missing out on life, or your life is actually probably destroyed, or you'll probably think that you are not doing something positive in this life in which we're in, simply because probably you fall in this category, or because of this you might think that your life is just a waste, because yeah. So today we're talking about late bloomers. Late bloomers is a term that is used in society. Obviously, I do not champion the term or that word, but it's just a word that is used in society to label people like myself, that probably you are in your late 30s, 40s, you're yet to be married, yet to have a degree, yet to have kids, and sometimes people tend to look down on you, and so on and so forth. So those are late bloomers. It's just a term I think that society just labels on people. But I decided to talk about this topic today because I was having a conversation with somebody. Most of my inspiration obviously come from conversations I'm having with my friends, or sometimes even my mom, right? And so we're just talking, and then this topic just came out from nowhere, and we're just having this conversation, and I thought it was a great one, and I was going to do a video around it, because why not? I'm in my almost late 30s. I'm my late 30s, no child, yet to be married, and I'm really, really still like trying to figure out my like just direction and what God is leading me to do. And so it can be very, very frustrating sometimes. And I tend to have conversations with people, and some people just talk down on you simply because you are not in that category where you could be classified as somebody that is doing something out here. So but I really am trying to stay on my lane, and to understand that my mom will always say, and this is just a general proverb that is being used in most African homes, that the five fingers are not the same. Basically, just to let you know that this person's destiny and yours are not the same. Even your sisters that are from the same womb. My baby sister, my follower, has a child. She's married. I'm not. And things like that. Even people you're from the same womb with, sometimes they have evolved in life more than you, and so on and so forth. So sometimes it may come across like, what is going on with you? What is happening? And as I continue to grow in the things of God, and just in life generally, and just in my own wisdom as I age, I'm very comfortable in the fact that my story and the other person's story are completely different. My path and their path is completely different. My destiny and theirs is completely different. So I refuse to let societal norms and some of the societal pressure, get to me to the extent where I might find myself in a relationship where I'll regret later, or probably have a child that I'm not even mentally, psychologically, ready to actually, bring forth the child and actually look after the child, because that's a whole human that you're going to raise to, however God decides. So it's really something that is very, very serious, and you don't want to do it because of what people are saying. You don't want to do it because people are saying, oh, you're getting old, time is running out, your biological clock. I honestly am somebody, I don't think like that. I do not think like biological clock, you're getting old. I've never ever had that. that kind of mindset. It always comes when people say it to me, but generally from my heart of hearts, I don't sit and think like that. It has never occurred to me. And the reason why is also because the way I understand God and how He works is that my destiny is completely different, and it has nothing to do with the way society is looking at life. I know for sure, for a fact, that God has His own plans, His own purpose, and His own path that is aligning my life with, and the people that He's definitely going to bring my way for whatever reason. So I refuse to let those things get to me. And sometimes even I cut off from people who every time I'm around them, they always want to, like, pressure you, or say things like this. I just cut off from them, like, straight up. And even if I meet them at events, I just say hi and I go my way. I don't want to have that conversation with them, because some of them even speak from a very derogatory place, from a very downgrading place. And unfortunately, some of their relationships are even not something you can even admire. I'm sorry. It's not something that you sit here like, oh, I wish. No, I don't wish. I wish to be here where I am, because some people's relationships, oh, I don't envy one second. But there are other people around me. I'm very, like, just so they're positive, and I'm like, oh Lord, I pray that someday I have my own family like this. Like, I'm just happy for them, and but not in the place of like, oh, I envy them. No, no, no. It's just like I'm positive because people like that don't exist around me. I know someday I will also have my own story to tell, even like in career wise. And I'm someone with so many talents. Sometimes it becomes overwhelming because which one do I pursue, which one do I not? Up until recent times, I came to understand my talents and how I should go about them and things like that. So if you're a late bloomer like myself, listen, don't get don't let these things get to you. Don't feel bad. Don't let yourself down. Rather, have a mindset where you very much believe that your time will come, and when your time comes, you're definitely going to be ready, psychologically, spiritually, socially, otherwise, financially, and so on and so forth. Right? You don't want to get into something, because sometimes relationships are so serious that if you mess with the wrong one, it's so serious that your life can even be gone, or the other person's life. It's so important. So you don't want to rush into something that you're not sure that is God's will for you. You're not sure if the person's intentions towards you are. So if you're a late bloomer, don't pressure yourself. Don't pressure yourself. Don't let all of these societal norms get to you, pressure you, and so on and so forth. Just keep living. For me, in my singleness, I am learning a lot about myself. I'm being creative. I'm writing. I am coming out with my own style and recipes and stuff like that I will use in the future. And I get to talk to people that are older than me, and I'm getting all this wisdom and knowledge from them. And it's just, again, just blessing me in what somehow. And yeah, so I just feel like it's not something that you should let get to you and bring you down. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're worth much more. Hear me? You're worth much more. And you can be great. You can be very, very great.
Actually checking my mic to see if it's still on, because I didn't charge it. So I'm gonna go real quick. Just here to share some of the advantages of us who get to achieve things in life late, whether it's you getting married a bit late, or having kids a bit late, or your degree, career, and you name it. I was reading about this and it really, really spoke to me. So I thought I could share with you all. I'm gonna be reading because I had some notes on my phone. So please bear with me, okay? First advantage I want us to talk about more is like personal growth, right? much more of things about like self-awareness. You're more aware of yourself, of the things that you can do, the things that you cannot do, the kind of person that you are generally, the spaces that you think you can strive in, and the spaces that you think you have no business doing, being there. Also, emotional maturity. You know how to handle things around you, breakups, and if somebody were to tell you no, and things not just going the way you would like them to go. You're more mature now, so you handle them a bit better than you would if you were probably much younger, right? You're also very resilient, right? You're able to overcome stuff. I've overcome a lot, especially this year. I've overcome so much, and that is just because I've learned and I've accepted that there are things I cannot change, and because I cannot change it, I'm just gonna try and just be still happy in the season and just do what I can do. What I cannot do, I have no control over. All right, the next advantage that I want us to talk about is going to be in terms of like relationships with people, right? Not necessarily people in terms of like a man and a woman, just relationships period, like relationships with your family, relationships with friends, with your husband or your significant other, or what it may be. Now because you're more mature, you got into this at a time where you're more mature in your mind, psychologically, not necessarily age-wise per se, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, and otherwise. Now you are able to actually enjoy that relationship, help that person become better, because remember, relationships are not just for you, they're just for the other person, right? So you also help this person become better. You make their life even more sweeter because you are in their space, you are in that family, you are in that job, or you are in that career with that person, right? With these people. So they tend to love you and appreciate you even more because of the way you handle things. We talked about maturity, resilience, and things like that. So now, because you're able to handle things differently, right? You're able to show empathy when it's needed, like actually feel for people, try to understand them, what they're going through, and how you can be of support during their time of like grief or times where they're a bit down. Okay. Another thing is that you're authentic in your relationship. You're also genuine because you know yourself better. You can tell when something is not working, so you're able to express it in a very nice way, respectful way, making sure that the other person or the other people understand where you're coming from. You're being genuine, you're being authentic with your feelings and with your emotions, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And this is because you're more mature, right? You handle things better. Okay. The next advantage that I had to point down was mental health. This one is super important because in this time that we're in, you have to make sure here you're balanced up here so that you can succeed, so that you can love on people, so that probably if you're supposed to be married soon, you're going to be able to take care of your marriage, take care of your children once they come, because you're balanced here. That's the only way you can actually strive in like relationships and in other goals that you set for yourself. Very much self-acceptance. You accept who you are. Pretty much I've accepted myself. I've accepted my destiny, my story, out of love for some things that happened way earlier in my life. They did not, but hey, I'm here, but I'm more wiser, I'm more mature, I make decisions better because now I know myself even better and best, and I can now give more from me to other people. So my mental health is something that I take very seriously, and I hope that you are doing the same. And at this point, you're also able to stay focused. You're mindful of your environment, of the people around you, and show love to others, show empathy to others. So I think it's really not a bad thing being a late bloomer. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's something that is really positive. You're more mature, your mind is set differently, there's more wisdom. Even in the things of God, you have more wisdom. Being a late bloomer, definitely not a thing that I would say is really bad, but just sometimes the way people try to label it in society is what I don't like. What I don't like. I am definitely a late bloomer, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. absolutely nothing wrong with that. Make sure you actually do things in your life because you want to do them, and when you're ready to actually be mature and embrace them and actually love doing them, not when people want you to do them.